Welcome back, students, to our geometry class, Chapter 3, Circle, Practice Set 3.1. Now, before we start with our Practice Set 3.1, let's revise what we studied in our earlier video. Okay, we studied the tangent theorem. That is, the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Okay, then we studied that a line perpendicular to a radius at its point on the circle is a tangent to the circle. And the third, the tangent segments drawn from an external point to a circle are congruent. Okay. Now practice set 3.1. They have given the figure. In the adjoining figure, the radius of a circle with center C is 6 cm. Line AB is a tangent at A. So this is AB, which is a tangent at point A. We have to find the following. We have to find what is the measure of angle CAB. So for that we need to draw CA. So we have to find how much is CAB. And what is the measure and why is that measure? So reason. What is the distance of point C from line AB and why? Then distance AB is given 6 cm. We have to find distance BC. And the fourth one, what is the measure of angle ABC? Okay, so once there is a construction which has to be done, we have to join CA and CB. And why? So let's start. So as I told you that we have to join CA and CB. So we'll do that first. Okay. So now the radius of this circle with center C is given 6 cm. So we'll mention here 6 cm. Okay. And A is the point of contact of this circle and this line AB. So in this case, what will be line AB? Line AB will be a tangent to the circle with center C. And a tangent and CA is the radius. Okay. So a tangent and a radius, they are perpendicular to each other. We have studied in tangent theorem. The tangent theorem says that a radius and a tangent are perpendicular to each other. Okay. So we begin with the sum. Before that, we will write that what we have joined because CA and CB was not given. Okay. So we will mention here first solution. Okay. We'll mention here that we have to draw segment CA and segment CB. Okay, and now we'll begin with our answer. Now the first question is, what is the measure of angle CAB? Now look at CAB. Just now we marked that it is perpendicular. So measure angle CAB is equal to 90 degree. Okay, now why it is 90 degree? There is a simple reason, that is tangent theorem. No need to write the statement, just you write the name of the theorem, tangent theorem. What does the tangent theorem say? That the radius and the tangent are perpendicular to each other. Okay. If you want, just before this, you can mention that CA is the radius. Okay. AB is a tangent. So you can mention, or even directly if you write, that is okay. So if you want, just before you begin with the sum, you can write segment CA is the radius and line AB is the tangent to the circle at point A. Okay, now we go to the second question. Now the second question is, what is the distance of point C from line AB? Now look at point C and look at line AB. So what is the distance between point C and line AB? We can see the distance is the perpendicular distance, and that is CA. Okay, and they want what is the distance, how much is the distance and why. Now here we have written already that CA is 6 centimeter. Okay, now first we will mention here that the distance between point C and line AB is segment CA. Okay, we need to mention that the distance between the point C and AB is actually segment CA. Okay, then we'll write, since segment CA is the radius of the circle. Okay, we know it from the figure as well as we have written here, we have mentioned. So it is good to mention before what is the tangent, what is the radius. So since segment CA is the radius of the circle, and they have given that the radius is 6 centimeter. Therefore, segment CA is also 6 centimeter. Okay, so this is the reason we have given. So distance between point C and line AB is segment CA, which is equal to 6 centimeter. Okay, so this is our answer, and this is the reason part. From here, since so and so what we have written is the reason what we have given. Clear? And we move to the third one. Now the third question is, distance AB is given as 6 centimeter, and we have to find BC. Okay, now if you look in the figure, the triangle CAB, in this CA we know the radius, that is 6 centimeter. Now in the third sum they have given that distance AB is also 6 centimeter. Okay, and they have asked us to find the distance BC. Now if it's a right angle triangle and we know two sides very well, you all know that how do we find the third side? By Pythagoras. So let's use Pythagoras in this particular triangle to find distance BC. Okay, so before we begin, we just write that in triangle, okay, CAB, measure angle CAB is equal to 90 degree. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, AB is 6 centimeter and we know distance CA, that is also 6 centimeter, the radius. Okay, now use Pythagoras in this particular triangle, that is BC square is equal to CA square plus AB square. CA square we know that is 6 square, AB also we know that is 6 square. Okay, so that is equal to 36 plus 36, which is equal to 72. So what we have got, BC square is equal to 72. Okay, now taking square root on both the sides. So therefore, BC is equal to root 72. Therefore, BC is equal to, this is nothing but 36 twos are Okay, and 36 when we take it out, it is 6 root 2. Okay, and that is what is asked, that is distance BC. Okay, distance BC is, that is BC, which is equal to 6 root 2 centimeter. Clear with this? Now the fourth part. In the fourth part, they have asked what is the measure of angle ABC. Now if you look at the figure ABC, so we have to find this particular angle here, ABC. Okay, now if you see in this particular triangle, we know one angle, that is angle CAB, that is 90 degree. We have to find a second, but we don't know the third angle. Okay, any two angles we know, we can find the third angle. Now, if you look at this particular triangle, CA is 6 centimeter and AB is also 6 centimeter. Correct? Now, if you look at this particular triangle CAB, which is a right angle triangle, is also an isosceles triangle because CA is 6 centimeter and AB is 6 centimeter. Okay, so now if this is an isosceles triangle, the base angles of isosceles triangle are congruent, or the angles opposite to the congruent sides are congruent. So the angle opposite to the congruent side, that is this particular angle, angle ABC, is congruent to ACB. Now if ABC congruent to ACB, and we know one angle is 90 degree. So let's see how we can get measure angle ABC. I think this information is enough for us to find measure angle ABC. So we write the fourth part here in triangle, okay, CAB, correct. We will write here that segment CA congruent to segment AB. Okay, because you can write given, or you can write each is 6 centimeter. Okay, now after this we have to write, therefore triangle CAB is an isosceles triangle. Okay, therefore angle ACB is equal to angle ABC. Okay, so you can write base angles of isosceles triangle. Clear? Now let us consider that these two angles as equal to x. Therefore let angle ACB is equal to angle ABC. Since they are equal, let us consider them as x. Now in this particular triangle, in triangle CAB, we'll add all the three angles, that is angle ACB plus angle ABC plus angle CAB is equal to 180 degree. And the answer, you know that the sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Okay. Now, therefore, we know that ACB and ABC are equal and we have considered it as x. So, x plus angle CAB is 90 degree is equal to 180 degree. These two angles are congruent because of the isosceles triangle and we have considered it as x. So, x plus CAB is 90. Okay, in the figure you can see here. CAB is 90 degree and this particular angle we have considered as x and x. So x plus 90 is equal to 180. That gives us 2x is plus 90 degree is equal to 180 degree. Now we just shift 90 degree to the other side. So it is 180 minus 90. Okay, that is 2x is equal to 180 minus 90 is 90 degree. Okay, therefore 2 when we shift to the other side, 90 upon 2 multiplied by 2 becomes divided by 2, and therefore x is equal to 45 degree. Okay. Now what is x? What did we consider x as? Angle ACB and an angle ABC. Okay, but what they have asked us to find? They have asked us only ABC. So whatever x value we found, that is also the measure of angle ABC. So we will write, therefore, maybe you can give this as statement 1, you can give this as statement 2. So from 1 and 2, therefore from 1 and 2, we can write measure angle ABC is equal to 45 degree. Okay, and since they have asked what is the reason, why? So reason is we have solved. This only becomes the reason. Clear? So this is our final answer. Now the second question, again they have given the figure here. In the figure, O is the center of the circle from point R, and there is segment RM and RN are the tangent segments touching the circle at M and N. Okay, so in the figure you can see there is a circle with center O, there is a point R outside the circle, and from this R there are two tangent segments drawn, RM and RN. Okay, and they are touching the circle at M and N. Okay, if OR is given 10 and the radius of the circle is 5 centimeter, then we have to find two things. Okay, they have given us to find two things. So let's see how do we solve this and what is asked in question number 1 and 2. Okay, now we come here to the question. The figure is drawn. Before we begin, we will first join OM and ON. Okay, because OM and ON are the radii of the circle, and we will need, okay, by solving the sum. So solution, and in the beginning you can write here, that is we are going to join a segment OM and ON. So draw segment OM, okay, and segment ON. Okay, now we begin. So the first thing what is asked to find is what is the length of each tangent segment. Okay, so RM and RN. Clear? Now we have studied the theorem of tangent segment, that is they are congruent. The tangent segments are congruent. So whatever will be the length of RM will be the length of RN. Now they have given OR as 10. Okay, and they have given the radius as 5 centimeter. So here both OM and ON have written 5 centimeter. Now we need to find, that is RM or RN. Now we know that OM is the radius and RM is a tangent, and in tangent theorem the radius and the tangent are perpendicular. Same here, ON and NR, so they are perpendicular. Clear? So we have got two right angle triangles. So we did not find for both, as I told you, because even if you find for RM, it will be equal to RN because the tangent segments are always congruent. So we take any one triangle. There are two right angle triangles formed. So we can take any one right angle triangle. In this particular right angle triangle, if we know two sides, we can find the third side. So same thing we are going to follow here. So we begin saying that segment OM is equal to segment ON is equal to 5 centimeter. Okay, then segment OR is equal to 10 centimeter. Then you have to mention that segment OM is perpendicular to segment MR or RM. Okay, and segment ON is perpendicular to segment RN or NR. Okay, therefore we have got two right angle triangles. So we take any one right angle triangle in triangle OMR, where measure angle OMR is equal to 90 degrees. Since they are perpendicular, it's a right angle triangle. Therefore, by using Pythagoras theorem, okay, Pythagoras theorem. Now, when we use Pythagoras theorem in this particular triangle OMR, opposite to 90 degrees is a hypotenuse. So, hypotenuse is OR. So, we can write OR square is equal to OM square plus RM square. Okay, out of this OR we know that is 10 square and OM we know that is 5 square and RM we don't know, which can be found out. Okay, therefore 100 is equal to 25 plus RM square. Okay, now we shift 25 to the other side. So we get RM square is equal to 100 minus 25, just shifting to the other side. Therefore, RM is square is nothing but 75. Now we need taking square root on both the sides. Square root on both sides. Now RM, square root of RM square is RM. So if you want, you can show this step here, or even directly we can write square and square root gets cancelled and we get RM. Now 75 can be split as 25 threes. 25 comes out of the root sign. We can write 5 because square root of 25 is 5. Root 3 remains as it is. Okay, and the answer is RM is equal to 5 root 3. Now the other tangent segment is RM. Okay, but as we know that RM is equal to Rn by tangent segment theorem. So we write here first, therefore RM is equal to Rn. Okay, the reason we'll write here tangent segment theorem. Okay, and therefore RM is equal to Rn is equal to 5 root 3 centimeter. Therefore, the length, because they have not asked us RM and Rn, they have asked, the statement is what is the length of each tangent segment. Therefore, the length of each tangent segment is 5 root 3. It is very important to complete your answer with the last statement. Okay. Now the next question, the second sub question is what is the measure of angle MRO? Now children, look at MRO. That is, I'll show you this angle here, MRO, this particular angle. Okay. Now how to find this MRO? Now this is a right angle triangle. Triangle MOR is a, or OMR is a right angle triangle. Now if you see, that means this is angle 90 degree here. If you see here that the side opposite to this particular angle which we have to find, that is MRO. The side opposite to this angle is 5 and the hypotenuse is 10. Okay, hypotenuse is OR, which is 10. So the side opposite to the angle which we have to find is half of hypotenuse. Please see properly here. We have to find this particular angle which I have marked, MRO. The side opposite to that angle is 5 centimeter and the hypotenuse is 10 centimeter. So the side opposite to this particular angle which we have to find is half the hypotenuse, and we have studied in 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree theorem that the side opposite to 30 degree is half the hypotenuse. So if this side OM is half the hypotenuse, so the angle opposite to that side, okay, should be 30 degree. Okay, so we are using the other way, the converse way. Okay, so since the side opposite to the angle is half the hypotenuse, that angle is a 30 degree angle. Okay, but how do we write it? So we are doing the second sum and the second part of it. Okay, so what we will do is, we will write in triangle OMR, okay, measure angle OMR is equal to 90 degree. Okay, I can show you the sum here. In triangle OMR, measure angle OMR is 90 degree. Okay, now how we know that it is 90 degree? By tangent theorem. Okay, after that we will write the measures or the lengths what we know. That is, we will write OM is equal to 5 centimeter, and we will write OR, segment OR is 10 centimeter. Okay, how do we know this? Because it is given. Now, if OM is 5 and OR is 10, that means that OM is half of OR from the above statement. Yes, and therefore measure angle, okay, measure angle which is asked, that is MRO is equal to 30 degree. Okay, the reason you will write is converse of 30 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree triangle theorem. Okay, so by the converse we can prove that measure angle MRO which is asked is 30 degree. Now after this they have asked how much is angle MRN. Now where is angle MRN? If you see, this is angle MRN. In order to know measure angle MRN, we know MRO, but we also need to know how much is ORN, this angle. Now ORN will be also, or NRO also is 30 degree, because again NRO is also opposite to a side which is half the hypotenuse. Okay, so similarly how we solved for this MRO, same way for NRO also we can say that NRO is the angle which is opposite to a side which is half the hypotenuse, 5 and 10. Okay, so we don't need to solve actually, but we'll write similarly NRO is also 30 degree. Okay, so just below this you will write similarly measure angle NRO is equal to 30 degree. Okay, and just now I told you why, because even in front of NRO is this particular angle here, small angle, and opposite to NRO also it is 5 centimeter, which is half of the hypotenuse. Therefore this particular angle. Now 30 and 30 together will become 60. So we have to show this by the angle addition property, that this two angles when we add we get MRN. Okay, by angle addition property. So we need to write here only we'll write after this, that is the third part of the sum. Okay, we'll write measure angle MRN is nothing but measure angle MRO plus measure angle NRO, and the reason we'll give is here angle addition property. Okay children, and we know both the angles, that is 30 degree plus 30 degree, which is equal to 60 degree. Okay, and then final statement, therefore measure angle MRN is equal to 60 degree. So this is a final answer. Okay, so this was the answer of the third part. This is the answer of our second part. Clear? And the first part is already here. This is the answer of the first part. Now the third sum, segment RM and segment Rn are tangent segments of a circle with center O is given in the figure. Prove that segment OR, which I am showing you right now, bisects angle MRN as well as MON. So we have to show basically OR is the angle bisector of angle MRN and MOR. So what we have to show actually is this angle congruent to this angle and this particular angle congruent to this. If we show these two angles are congruent and these two angles are congruent, we can say that OR is the angle bisector. We already have two triangles here. So let's see how we can show these two triangles congruent, or how we can reach to this what is asked. Okay, so I gave you an clue that if we prove this angle here congruent to this angle and this angle congruent to this angle, then OR becomes the bisector of MRN and MOR. So let's see. Now coming to the figure, since the figure is already given, okay, and they have mentioned that RM and Rn are the tangent segments, O is the center of the circle. Okay, so if Rm is the tangent to the circle and OM becomes the radii, and Rn is a tangent to the circle and ON becomes the radius. So we have studied in tangent theorem that the radius and tangent are perpendicular to each other. So we begin a sum with the tangent theorem, okay, by saying that segment OM is perpendicular to segment RM and segment ON is perpendicular to segment Rn. Okay, and the reason for both will be tangent theorem. Okay. Now, after this, if we see here in the figure, we can see there are two triangles and both are right angle triangles. And as I told you, if we prove the triangles are congruent, so how we can prove these two triangles congruent? By what test? We know that the angle are 90 degrees, so they are right angle triangles. And there is one test in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse side test. Let's see whether we can prove this by hypotenuse side test. Now, which will be the hypotenuse in these triangles? OR is the hypotenuse because OR is the side opposite to 90 degree. So hypotenuse congruent to hypotenuse because common side, and we need one more side. So OM congruent to ON because they are the radii of the same circle. So yes, we can begin. We can write in triangle OMR and triangle ONR. Okay, we write measure angle OMR is equal to measure angle ONR is equal to 90 degree. Clear? You can give this as statement 1 and you can write from 1 because we have already mentioned that they are perpendicular. Okay, then we will write that hypotenuse OR congruent to hypotenuse OR. Okay, you can write common side. Clear? We can write common side. After that, we will write that segment OM congruent to segment ON, radii of the same circle. Okay. Okay. After that, after we prove that the side and the hypotenuse are congruent, therefore the triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. Okay, hypotenuse side test. After we prove they are congruent by hypotenuse side test, the remaining sides and remaining, in that case this angle congruent to this angle we can write, and this angle congruent to this angle. So we'll write therefore angle MRO congruent to angle NRO. Okay, and after that, after we write MRO congruent to NRO, we'll write therefore angle MOR congruent to angle NOR. Okay, and the reason for both will be corresponding angles of congruent triangles. Okay, The reason for both is same. Now if M, I can show you here, if MRO congruent to NRO, okay, and if MOR congruent to NOR, that means that OR is the bisector of both the angles, that is MRN and MOR. Okay, OR bisects this particular angle and this particular angle. Okay, so from above we can write, therefore, okay, segment OR, okay, bisects, clear, bisects angle MRN and angle MON. This is asked to prove. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now the fourth question from practice set 3.1. What is the distance between two parallel tangents of a circle having radius 4.5 centimeter? Justify your answer. Now in this particular question, they have not given the figure. So we need to draw the figure. We need a circle. We need two tangents which are parallel to each other. And we need to find the distance between those two parallel tangents. And we also need to give proper reasoning for what we are writing. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I have already drawn the figure. That is, I have taken a circle and these two are the parallel lines and they are the tangents also. Okay, we need to give the names of the tangents. So maybe tangent A, okay, and tangent B. And we can take the center as O. So basically we want this distance. If I say that tangent A touches the circle at point P and tangent B touches the circle at point Q. So we want the distance between the two parallels, and whenever we're talking about the distance, it is actually usually the perpendicular distance. Okay, so we want PQ. Now looking at the figure, you may say that okay, PQ is very easy to find because PQ looks like the diameter of the circle. But you have to first prove that this PQ, okay, is a straight line along with the point O. That means we have to first prove that point P, point O and point Q are collinear points. I'll tell you why. Now they have given the radius of the circle as 4.5 centimeter. Okay, so if O is the center of the circle, OP will be the radius and OQ will be the radius. Okay, so for us we can say that okay, 4.5 plus 4.5 is 9 centimeter. But this will happen only in the case when point P, point O and point Q are in a straight line or they are collinear points. So we need to first prove that P, O and Q, these 3 points are collinear points, because this Q can be anywhere. So if the Q is somewhere else other than this position, if it is here, okay, if it is for example here where I am showing the pointer, P, O and if Q is here, we cannot add to get the distance between the two parallel lines. So in that case, first we need to prove that point P, O and Q are in a straight line. Okay, so first I'll take a scale and I'll draw dotted lines here. Okay, it shows as a diameter. So there is one more construction which we'll need, that is we need to draw a line which is passing through the center. I'll tell you why. Okay, so I've drawn this. Maybe we take it as line C. Okay, now before we begin, we need to, since the figure is not given, okay, since the figure is not given, we need to write that what we have taken. So there's a circle with center O. Okay, then we have taken two tangents. Tangent A meets the circle at point P. Okay, and the second thing, tangent B meets the circle at point Q. Okay, so A tangent meets the circle at point P and B tangent meets the circle at point Q. After that, we have taken that line A parallel to line B. Okay, and now construction we have done, that is we have taken let line C be parallel to any one line. Okay, so we'll take let line C be parallel to line A. So in the first statement it is already given that there are two tangents which are parallel to each other. So those are A and B. And now we have taken that there's another line which is passing through the center is parallel to A. So we'll write this as statement 2. Now if A is parallel to B, okay, and C is parallel to A, that means all the three lines are parallel to each other. So line A parallel to line B parallel to line C. This is from statement 1 and 2. Now what we got here, three lines are parallel to each other. Okay, now our main objective is to find that POQ, these 3 points are in a straight line. Now we have studied, children, in the 9th standard about linear pair. So here in this case, we get here this is a linear pair. Okay, these two angles, this one angle and this other angle. If we prove that these two angles are angles in linear pair, that is they are straight angles. Once we prove that they are straight angles, then we can say that OP and OQ are the opposite rays. Okay, and if OP and OQ are opposite rays of that particular angle, then POQ are in a straight line. I hope you remember. I'll just show you here that the angles which are in linear pair. So for example, I've shown here this one angle and this is another angle. These two angles are angles in linear pair. In that case, this becomes a straight angle. Okay, and therefore if this is POQ, then this three OP and OQ becomes opposite rays. Okay, and therefore we say that P, O and Q are in a straight line. This we have done earlier in the earlier standard. So basically this property only we are going to use over here to find out. Okay, so now since A is parallel to C, okay, line A parallel to line C. Now one more thing here, this we have studied in tangent theorem that the radius and tangents are perpendicular. In that case here this is perpendicular. So OP is perpendicular to line A. So I'll just write that segment OP perpendicular to line A, and the reason is tangent theorem. Okay, if OP is perpendicular to line A, then it makes an angle of 90 degree. Okay, so in the figure, maybe we can give the point here R, S and T in order to name the angles. Okay, so in that case, this R here point, so OPR. Okay, so angle O PR, measure angle OPR is equal to 90 degree. Okay, if measure angle OPR is 90 degree and if A is parallel to line A is parallel to line C, then you can see here and if PQ is a transversal, we will get interior angles, and in parallel lines the interior angles are supplementary. So if this is 90, the other angle here POS also has to be 90 degree. Okay, and we'll write here, since line A is parallel to line C, therefore angle POS plus angle OPR is equal to 180 degree. I'll show you the angles. If A is parallel to C, then angle OPR plus POS is equal to 180 degree. Those are angles in the interior angles. So we'll write here, interior angles are supplementary, okay, in parallel lines. Okay, therefore out of this we have got OPR as 90 degree. So we'll use that OPR as 90 degree, which is equal to 180 degree. Therefore POS is equal to 180 minus 90, which is equal to, measure angle POS is equal to 90 degree. Now once we prove that POS is 90 degree, we can also prove that QOS is 90 degree by same method, that C is parallel to, tangent C is parallel to tangent B. Okay, therefore this particular angle is 90. Then if this is 90, they form the interior angles. Okay, and therefore QOS is 90 degree. So how we proved here POS as 90? Similar way we can prove that QOS is also 90. But that again full procedure we don't have to write. We'll write similarly. How we proved POS as 90? Similarly QOS is also 90 degree. And how I explained you, we can take second time C is parallel to B, and this is 90 degree by tangent theorem, and therefore these two angles are interior angles, and therefore this becomes 90. Okay, so after this we will write similarly we'll write angle QOS is also 90 degree. Okay, now POS is 90 and QOS is 90. So look at this again, POS is 90 and QOS is 90. Okay, and they are also the angles in linear pair. Okay, they form the angles in linear pair. They are straight angles and they form the angles in linear pair. Okay, so POS, QOS, if you add both the angles, it is 180 degree. They are the straight angles. So we'll write, therefore angle POS plus angle QOS, which is equal to 90 degree plus 90 degree is equal to 180 degree. Therefore angle POS and angle QOS form linear pair. Okay, which we call as the straight angle. They are also the straight angles. Okay, and if they are the straight angle, then we can say that point, or we can write first about opposite ray. Therefore we'll write OP and OQ are the opposite rays. Therefore point, okay, therefore point P dash O dash Q are collinear points. Okay, once we prove they are collinear points, so I'll come back to the figure. We got that POS is 90, then we got QOS is 90. 90 plus 90 is 180, and 90 plus 90 is 180. Therefore they form the straight angle linear pair, and once they are in linear pair, OP and OQ become the opposite rays of the linear pair, and POQ are in a straight line or they are collinear points. Now we can write OP plus OQ is equal to 4.5 plus 4.5. Okay, so therefore we'll write now P dash O dash Q, and therefore PQ we will write it as OP plus OQ. Okay, now OP is the radius and OQ is also the radius, and the radius is given as 4.5 plus 4.5, which is equal to 9 centimeter. Okay, now PQ is actually what? The distance between two parallel lines. Okay, PQ is the distance between two parallel lines. So we'll write PQ is the distance between two parallel tangents. Okay. Therefore, the distance between two parallel tangents of circle is 9 centimeter. Okay, one thing we missed out here, so let me write. They have given the radius is 4.5 centimeter. Okay, homework: complete practice set 3.1 in your notebook. Thank you.